Hey everyone, welcome back to the YouTube channel for OCD recovery. Today I'm going to talk about something that is so important to cover when it comes to being a medical provider, whether you're a doctor, a nurse practitioner, a chiro, a physical therapist, a massage therapist, Reiki, whatever it is. If you're working in some sector in the medical or healthcare community, a personal trainer, anything, this is something that so many people get wrong. It's not their fault. 99% of the time, we do not learn this stuff in school. Being a chiropractor by trade, there is zero teaching on this at all. Zero. And that is the realness of a hyperawareness, sensorimotor, somatic OCD fear, the fear of noticing XYZ sensations forever, and that hindering your experiences in life, aka conditional life acceptance, and why if you're not careful and why you have to catch this yourself, you will go down the well-intentioned train of looking for nonstop answers that do not exist. That's why sensorimotor / hyperawareness plays in so much with health OCD and health anxiety, etc. Before I go any further, please subscribe. Hit that like button down below. Please message Phil at OCDrecovery.com. Thank you. Phil does so much hard work behind the scenes. I love giving him, we'll call it the clout. The new age. I think it's a new. I think people still say clout. I have no idea. I still say dope. Drives Erica crazy. She's like, you're 35 years old. Stop saying dope. I'm like, I'm going to say that until I'll meet people and I'll be like, dope. She's like, please grow up. No. Anyway, so when you have a fear of a sensation, regardless of what it is, the big five: blinking, breathing, swallowing, salivary heartbeat, IBS, vertigo, dizziness, anything in the TMS space, okay, hyperawareness of pain, whether there's an injury or not, CFS and ME, varying degrees of all this as well. These are not standard cookie cutter approaches. I work with probably more people on earth with all of these because of my experience with sensorimotor. We do OCD recovery. And I'm telling you this right now, do not underestimate how real this will feel. I can name 15 active cases right now where people have some sort of a hyperawareness, an itch. Maybe they believe they have an infection, a yeast infection. Maybe they believe they have dry eyes and they're having all sorts of symptoms. Then they go in for some tests and they're kind of inconclusive, or they are showing it, but in a very small amount. But their reaction to it is exploded, AKA the TMS world. How many people go in with a disc bulge? Not a full herniation, but a bulge. And they have chronic 24/7 debilitating pain. That doesn't really make a lot of sense. Even when we talk about, just for a little bit for this video, it doesn't matter, but inside of the disc, okay, the nucleus pulposus, the material that's inside of the disc should stay in those discs. And when it goes out, it can cause irritation on the nerve sheaths. And it can cause all sorts of problems. It doesn't make any sense. There's no other way to say it. It doesn't make any sense. But that's not going to be enough logically to unlatch you. I'm saying that from a provider standpoint. So when you go in and you say, this is what's going on, I can't move, and you're being very compulsive about it, A, they're going to probably reassure you. Understandably so, because that's their job. Number two, they're probably going to pull up x-rays, MRIs, CT scans, all sorts of imaging, blood work, and be like, ooh, I do see some things here. And now you start down the rabbit hole of looking for more and more answers, which makes things feel more and more real. It's not that you can never see a doctor or a chiro, or physical therapist, or dry needling, or acupuncture, or any of these people, massage, none of them. You can see all of them if you want. That's not the problem. The problem is the belief that you have about your symptom. That's the primary problem. And it destroying your quality of life. That is what affected me so massively. It put me in the mental hospital and made me not want to be here for a long time. I made the police call to my house a lot and made me look like this because I gained a bunch of weight. Go back to our oldest videos and watch my original videos. Go look at my face. Like, holy shit. But it's the truth. Like, you're never going to be satisfied if the belief about it is catastrophic. Let's go through some. Let's go back to school, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. Can you recover without reading this book? No. Damn eyelash in my eye. I keep seeing it. Okay. All right. Page 70. REBT, the original CBT, is a self-treatment method that specializes in arguing and disputing with a vengeance. Obviously, this needs to be, forget it. You can compulsively dispute your beliefs, but that's not what we're going to talk about. We're just going to talk about the exercise itself. Goal. My goal is to get comfortable with whatever sensation there is in my body, regardless of how real it feels. My goal is to get comfortable with the sensation, whether there's a real issue or not, because acceptance still applies. Activating event. Plug in whatever you're scared of. Anything. Okay? Irrational beliefs. No matter what, I must find out if this is real or not. And if I don't, it is awful and I can't stand it. If it is real, my life is ruined. And my life is not worth living. I don't want to be here anymore. This is the worst thing ever. I want to die. That was my belief right there. Right? No matter what, I must stop noticing the sensation. If I don't stop noticing the sensation, it is the worst thing ever and I can't stand it. It's going to ruin every experience. I can't enjoy sex. I can't enjoy movies and cinema. I can't go to music festivals. Oh my God, I spent all this money on vacation. Oh my God, I can't pay attention. All of that. Rational belief. I do not like noticing the sensation, in parentheses, whether it's real or not. It's extremely frustrating and will cause me to have some really tough moments and tough days. But how can I try and accept that while handling it in a more balanced, rational manner, even if it's real? Even if I do have maybe an extreme case of CRPS and I never get to pain-free. No, excuse me. Because the goal is to never be pain-free. I always jump on here after I eat lunch and I just start talking at 800 miles an hour. That's great. Smart one, Nick. So because there's plenty of things that are real. Real problems. But your belief is still important, regardless of the validity of what you're going through. Okay? Consequence. If you have that rigid belief, you'll feel depressed, worthless, probably don't want to be here anymore. It's understandable. Everyone's all wishy-washy about saying these words. I can't even say the S word because YouTube will take my video down, which is so shit. You know, it just perpetuates that same problem of, I like when people spell the S word, but they put like one, C, like they spell it with like numbers in there. And it's like, this is great. Or like SXXXXDE. I'm like, oh boy, what world are we living in where we can't even say a word? And bring back dislike buttons to YouTube. Not everyone likes you. Anyway, so disputing. Why must I never not notice this ever again? Where is the evidence that I have to have the life I want? There is no reason or evidence why I must get the things I want in life, but there are several reasons why I would prefer it. No evidence exists that it has to be given to me. If the universe ruled that I must get it, I would get it, but it doesn't, and that's the way it is. You know how emotive that is? That's very direct. You're not going to believe this when you're doing this, by the way. Okay? People will do dispute and go, why don't I believe? That's like me showing up to church, reading 2 verses from the Bible, and looking at a pastor or priest saying, why don't I believe in God? I mean, you have to use dumb examples to show you how crazy we are, all of us. Disputing. In what way is it awful, 100% terrible, if this doesn't go away? In no way. It may be extremely inconvenient, but hardly 100% inconvenient, since it could be worse for most things. And if it were truly 100% terrible, which of course it can't be, then, I mean, that's it. I mean, it's over. If it was 100%, if it was the worst thing ever, you basically would be dead. I mean, there are things out there that would make people, want to end it because I want to end it. But, the reality is this 100% inconvenient, the worst thing ever. The language that you're using is causing so much of your suffering. Disputing. Prove that I can't stand it. That's a good one. I can't prove it because I obviously am standing it right now. If I couldn't stand it, I would not be here. I would evaporate. I would turn into dust. So I obviously can stand it. And where is it written that the world must owe me what I want, regardless of what I've done in my life? Just because you've done 95% good acts and 5% bad acts doesn't mean you're not going to get murdered one day. It's just the reality of life. It's the truth. There is no other book on earth that teaches better acceptance than this book, in my opinion. Not even close. This is in a league of its own. This is similar to comparing, we'll use it for the football fans, Ronaldo and Messi, it's Messi, right? To a 4-year-old footballer who can barely kick a ball. I mean, it's that much better than anything. Like, this book is the key. to breaking down your belief systems. It is the key to, even if you have something wrong with you, going towards that. Right here. Your belief systems matter more than you think. Phil at OCDrecovery.com. Thank you for everything. Be aware of how real it feels. Don't be surprised. OCD feels as real as it can get, and if it didn't, you would not be here. Enjoy the rest of your day.